Okay, so Dave, just a quick question about a kind of a political legal question. So I know that up until the end of July, there was a moratorium on federally backed loans as far as evictions were concerned. If an owner had a federally backed loan, they weren't allowed to do an eviction. And I was told that Trump actually extended that, and there's a lot of controversy over it. So I wanted your thoughts as to, can Trump actually do that? Is that something that he can put in place, or is that going to require a congressional rule?
Well, we've obviously the United States is going through very difficult political times, and it's been true for probably about 20 years now, where there really hasn't been any real bipartisanship and focus on America as America. And because of that, Barack Obama lost both houses of Congress and basically ruled the last 3 years he was in office by executive order. And so with the deadlock in Congress, even though the Senate is Republican, the deadlock between the Democrats in the House and Republicans in the Senate, Trump has basically turned to the same strategy that Barack Obama did. So it's rather ingenuous for the Democrats to be screaming foul play and criticizing what Trump did a weekend before last, because it's like both sides have now done it. Both parties have now done it. But in any event, I think that it will be acceptable as a temporary move. The criticism has largely come from the democratically controlled Congress because they wanted to do it and they wanted to get credit for it. But it's the same thing that the Democrats did. The Democrats put in a $600 a week unemployment bonus. The Trump administration has put in a $400 a week unemployment bonus to say we've got to do something if the two houses can't agree. I think by the time this gets through the court system, that it won't matter, that we've got to get to some sense of order at some point. So one of the things to emphasize is that home mortgages are overwhelmingly guaranteed or owned by the two federally backed agencies, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So it does impact a huge number of homeowners in the United States. Fortunately, the number of evictions, because of the generous unemployment, a lot of people have received severance. And frankly, most of the people who own homes are in the upper and middle income classes, who usually have a little bit more resources they can draw if they're unemployed. Oftentimes, because of the two income families, at least one spouse is still working. They can draw down their 401k if the severance and the unemployment isn't enough. So I don't consider this a very significant situation. I'm a lot more concerned about evictions than I am about foreclosures. Evictions directly impact landlords, and there's been a movement to ban evictions in many urban areas, and I think that has a more negative effect on the economy than anything regarding foreclosures of the federally backed mortgages.